big win both in terms of just coming from behind, but also the context of the season. What do you think now?
Yeah, really good second half. Concerned where the energy level was in the first and the rotations and those kind of things. But again, not a butt whooping at halftime, but like, Bendigo's been really good, but a lot of it's us and we're just not on point. The second half, we flew around and played defence properly, and suddenly we were really good.
Most of your team was angry and frustrated in the first half. The aggression, the physical aggression was coming their way. And the second half, it was like, we're going to apply that aggression to them and fight fire with fire, and that felt like a turn of the game. Did you see the aggression change?
Certainly the getting up and like playing with more force defensively in the second half was a major change. I thought we just kind of were a boxer just sitting on the ropes in the first half, just absorbing body blows and daring their bigs to make threes, and their bigs did make threes. So it worked, I guess, to a degree on slowing down ball A's, but then everyone else got off the chain. Versus in the second half, like, okay, enough, let's start punching back, so to speak, in a boxing term, and suddenly we're much, much better.
So to do that against a team, one of the top three feels like they're going to win the thing, and you're all throwing punches left, right, and what does that do for you going forward now, going, we can throw those punches and win in any position?
Yeah, I don't want to overreact and get too high with the wins and too low with the losses, because again they've whooped us once and we've beat them close once and beat them comfortably once. So it's too close. Like, it really is. If we play them 100 times, it's never going to be 100-0. It's pretty 50-50. They're a really good team. They coach really well. What it does do is obviously help unlock the ladder a little tiny bit, and that's pretty important right now.
So they've got from first and third. You guys were 2 games behind with the Blues, now second to play Townsville next week. You can genuinely put your sights on getting top spot now.
Yeah, again, I know it's the boringest answer of all time. It's the loss columns and anything we're really looking at, and we just have to keep winning and try and find a way for someone to put L's in their columns, and that was probably part of it tonight. Sorry?
You can put L's in their columns.
We can, but we only get them 3 more times combined before tonight. So we only get Townsville once more, Bendigo once more. So if we don't do it, we need someone else to do it, and obviously if we get a chance to get 2 of them in a week, we'll try and do that.
Ali, what was that entrance like coming down that stage?
Definitely a unique one. I've played for a lot of years and I don't think I've done anything similar to that, but it's very cool. The atmosphere here is amazing. I wish we could play here every week, and there was a really good crowd, so the energy and everything that we felt coming out and being on the court was incredible.
Yeah, it's not often that your team doesn't go for running again, and for about 37 minutes is quite an arm wrestle, or Bendigo was on the run. First, what was like the resilience in that first 3.5 quarters of the game? Like, what did you guys see? And then also that last 2 minutes, the one we got on that run, what did you see?
Yeah, I think what Ryan already said, our energy and effort levels were nowhere near good enough in that first half, and we had on the board that we needed to match their effort level. They're probably the hardest working team in the league, and they scrap, so we had to match that, and we did it in the first half. And then in the second half, for whatever reason, we came out with a bit of a chip on our shoulder and matched their energy and effort, which turned it into a game.
Bendigo had a very hot start. They quarter final, had 8 points in the first quarter. Their shooters are finding great looks. You guys have actually slow that down eventually, managed to win the game. What do you put that down to stop their shooters?
Trying to get some schemes right. It's probably part of it. Thought we did a very poor job of getting some scheme X and O stuff right that we've been working on all week. And then they weren't at 61% or 62% from 3 for the first half. I think they were 10 or 17 at half time. Generally speaking, that'll slow down at some point. They end up finishing at 40%. So part of it is them cooling off, but also I thought we did a way better job in the second half of getting rid of the wide open looks. Just our rotations were not on point at all in the first half, and they are a team that can space us out. Obviously we've got 2 big bigs and they have 5 flat out shooters. So they can cause us some matchup problems, and they certainly did in the first quarter.
Just on Hoops Fest in general, what's it like knowing everyone in your town right now, basically, comfortable with Australian basketball, you could say, with everyone here? What's that like?
You discuss?
Yeah, it's awesome. Perth is amazing, and having everyone here to come and play at RSC, which is an incredible arena, is obviously a really good opportunity for everyone, the men and the women, to all be together too is really special. But yeah, to experience Perth as a place too, I'm not from here, but bought a house here now and live here. That's how incredible, you know, Perth is. So for everyone to come over here and experience Perth is a great opportunity.
Ryan, how are you going to handle the way teams are treating hard? They are going very busy.
Uh-huh.
What do you do?
Not get fined in a press conference for discussing
Do you
umpires.
make a phone call? Do you
Oh, there'll
light
be-
fire with fire? Like, how do you approach it?
Well, yeah, we have some questions, clearly. Because, yeah, you're never going to get a player like that back in the league if teams are allowed to just put a saddle on her back and just try and drive her into the ground. Like, why would you ever come back? And if you're an overseas megastar, watching how Hahn's getting treated, and, like, why would you ever want to come? But at the same time, they can't tilt it too far. But it's just, we would have some questions like, why is this a foul on us? And then that same thing at the other, or something very similar down the other end isn't because she's 6'11". That's not fair. It's the same problem Shaquille O'Neal had way back in the day. Like, he's just too big. Like, she's just taller than everyone else. And they just play through it. She'll be fine. Well, hang on. There's a reason why she's getting frustrated.
It does look like built every week. Like, today was as hard as I've seen anyone go.
Yep.
They were going at her a couple of weeks back, and then she had one game where it wasn't as physical.
Yeah.
She went nuts, and now it's pretty much double.
Yeah.
Tonight, so.
And you have to. Like, we understand the strategy. Like, if you don't play physical with her, then she's just going to be a problem. But at the same time, it's just got to be legal. That's the issue we probably have right now. Like, what is legal and what isn't legal? Because there's some whistles at the other end that are like, geez, that's soft. That's super soft. But if that's how we're calling it, no problems. But then can we please treat Hahn with the same level of respect?
Did it feel like she said, I'm going to fight back?
Yeah.
Was that the instruction?
No, she just got pissed off. She got flat out pissed off. And I'm sure I'm going to get, that's not language I really want to use. She got ticked. It was a problem.
Did you like the way, like, it looked good?
Yeah.
On the sideline, did you like that?
I love it. Because she's got some energy about her. Like, some people you can hit and they just back down. Like, she'll come back harder, which is awesome. Like, you really want to keep hitting her? Like, because at some point she'll swing back, and that's a problem. That's a really bad look for the league if that happens.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I love it. You know, I'm a feisty player myself, so I love it, and I don't expect it from her. Like, she's so nice and friendly off the court, and then, yeah, when you get in those situations in the game, she's got fight in her.
Yeah, she's got some real white line fever. Because you're right, she's the nicest human you'll ever meet off court, and even on court. But after she's been hit 10 times in a row and there's been no whistle, like, all right, enough.
Very good.
Next question. Okay. Brian, a few weeks ago, I think you said you were looking at percentages as your goal. Are you still looking at percentages as a goal with 5 games left?
Marginally right now. Again, it's the boringest answer I can possibly give you. We play Bendigo and Townsville in the space of 5 days or whatever it is. So right now we'll take 2 wins by a point and we can worry about percentage later.
Within 3 minutes, I think Edie changed her whole outfit on court. What happened there? Because I know Ali yelled, goal number 1.
Did you really?
No, that was Maya. But that was hilarious. Yeah.
So what happened there?
She just had blood on her uniform, I think, on her shirt and on her shorts, so she needed a whole new, outfit change.
Yeah.
And regarding Hawksfest, do you think it's a big advantage for Perth having this size stadium and the full supporters for you guys? Because it sounded very loud.
It was an amazing atmosphere to play in front of it, and I wish we could play here more. I wouldn't say that we had like a home court advantage per se. We don't train here. We had shoot around here for the first time, so you know we're not familiar with the rims, the court, and that type of thing. But you know, having the support and they were loud definitely got us over the line.
Yeah, like the crowd's really beneficial. But like Ali's right, like, we had as much time on that court this week as what Bendigo did. Well, we both had it for 1 hour, so it's not really a home court advantage. And with everything else we've got to give back to the league in terms of the travel and the legs, like it's a nice 1% bonus.
One on next category. What do you have to do to win that one? That's coming up really, really quick. And I was just
Need to go home and shower, Craig,
Yeah, I know.
and kind of put that one. We've got to go fix some things. Kind of like we said to the girls post game. When we get our stuff right, we're really good, and when we get our stuff wrong, we're very vanilla and average. So again, trying to execute better. Again, I'm sure Townsville will watch tonight and Shannon will watch it and try and exploit some of the same things Bendigo did, and vice versa. So, yeah, go home, review, recover. Again, we played our starters pretty hard tonight. We were talking before about trying to get our starters' minutes down. Like tonight, we just had to empty the tank So rest, recovery, review, and we'll start on Townsville tomorrow.
The advantage that you don't normally get to be able to watch them in grandstand, like you watch them live.
Yes and no. The flip side, like watching them in person versus on Synergy and Huddle, like 1%. Probably the bigger advantage is that they're playing in Perth without having to travel to Perth, so to speak. Like they're already here, so they get. I know they play 2 in 3 days, but they're not flying in. Like that Perth to Townsville flight, as we know, just seems to go for days and weeks. So it feels like it's flying to New York. So they're already here living. So again, I'm sure it all comes out in the wash. Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Hey.